In a world of over-medication and undernutrition, you don't need more prescriptions. You need a better architecture. Welcome to Stack It Up, the series where we move beyond one-size-fits-all advice to engineer clinical protocols for the modern world. I am Suresh Bhandari, your official supplement paglu, and here we dismantle complex diseases by layering the right nutrients at the right time. Today I am handing you the ultimate biological blueprint for the type 2 diabetes. We are moving beyond symptom management to true cellular reversal. I'll be breaking down the exact compounds needed to resuscitate your beta cells, the clinical dosages for maximum efficacy, and the pharmacokinetic timing required to crush your glucose curve. So when we talk about reversing or managing diabetes through supplementation, we aren't just patching a problem. The two biological goals to focus on to reverse diabetes is number 1, glucose clearance, crushing the excess sugar currently circulating in the blood. Number 2, beta cell optimization, improving pancreas beta cell function, naturally restoring insulin sensitivity and metabolic flexibility. Now, to achieve these goals, a successful supplement stack must combine essential micronutrients with potent botanical compounds and secret weapon, the gut microbiome. Let's talk about the category A, essential nutrients. These elements act as engine oil for your metabolic machinery. Number 1, chromium picolinate at the dose of 500 to 1000 microgram per day enhances the action of insulin and moves glucose into cells. Number 2, vanadium mimics insulin action to help lower blood sugar levels. While 100 mg per day is the dose associated with reversing insulin resistance in clinical trials, it is widely considered unsafe for self-supplementation due to toxicity risks. A safer approach outlined in the text is to rely on 10 to 100 microgram per day for nutrition support. Number 3, alpha lipoic acid, an antioxidant that improves insulin sensitivity and converts glucose into energy rather than fat. Appropriate dosage of that would be 200 to 300 mg per daily. Vitamin C at the dose of 300 to 400 mg per day, essential for reducing oxidative stress often found in diabetic patients. Magnesium, 400 to 600 mg of elemental magnesium every day would help with improving insulin sensitivity. I remember a client who was doing everything right. Diet was clean, they were walking 10,000 steps, but their fasting blood sugar wouldn't budge below 110. We looked at their labs and found that magnesium was bottomed out. It's like trying to run a high-performance car with a tiny leak in the fuel line. Once we loaded them with 400 mg of elemental magnesium of magnesium bisglycinate, their body finally had the key to unlock the insulin receptors. Within 3 weeks, that stubborn morning number finally dropped into the 80s. Sometimes it's not that your body is broken, it's just missing a single spark plug, which is a nutrient. Last but not the least, B vitamins. In B vitamins, biotin at the dose of 5 to 15 mg per day really helps. Inositol, which is also called as vitamin B8 at the dose of 2 to 4 grams per day, especially if you have PCOS, would help. Vitamin B1, especially in the form of benfotiamine, also called as carb burner, at the dose of 150 to 300 mg per day, helps for protect nerve and also improves vascular function. B12 in the methylated form is essential if you're taking metformin medication. Vitamin B3 in the form of niacinamide is preferred over high-dose nicotinic acid to avoid worsening blood sugar control. Let's talk about the category B, the herbal powerhouse. Next, we bring in the metabolic modulators. Number 1, Gymnema sylvestra at the dose of 200 to 400 mg daily of an extract standardized to 25% of gymnamic acids or 2.5 ml of tincture daily. Known as a sugar destroyer, it helps to regenerate beta cells and block sugar receptors on the tongue. There is a reason why Gymnema sylvestra is called Gurmar in Hindi, which literally translates to sugar destroyer. If you want a cool party trick to prove the works, take a Gymnema capsule, open it and put it on your tongue. Then try to eat a piece of chocolate. The chocolate will taste like a flavorless wax. It physically blocks your tongue's ability to perceive sweetness. Isn't it interesting? Berberine, one of the most studied herbs for activating AMPK, the metabolic master switch, increasing fat burning and improving insulin sensitivity. It is also called as Ozempic. It is noted to have efficacy comparable to metformin in some contexts. The dosage of this would be 500 mg taken 2 to 3 times daily with meals. Up next, Monomardica charantia. Bitter melon contains insulin-like compounds that lower blood glucose. Up next, jamun seeds, taken at the dose of 250 to 500 mg extract, traditionally used to prevent the conversion of starch into sugar. Let's talk about kitchen herbs. Fenugreek seeds, at the dose of 10 to 25 grams of seed powder for extracts. Clinical trials have typically used 500 mg to 2000 mg per day of extract for improving insulin sensitivity. Cinnamon slows carbohydrate absorption and improves the body's response to insulin. 1 to 6 grams daily is pretty useful. Approximately half to 1 teaspoon in servings is noted to lower fasting blood sugar and improve insulin sensitivity. Now, we can't talk about metabolic health without talking about the gut diabetes connection. We used to think probiotics were just for bloating, but we now know specific strains like Akkermansia mycinophila act like a biological security guard. By sealing your gut lining, they stop the inflammation that causes your cells to ignore insulin. So, how do we put all of this into practice? Depending on where you are, here are my 2 recommended all-in-one stacks. Option 1, which is one of the best international stack. The product name is Dosage GLP Advantage Plus. This is a comprehensive formula designed for those looking for a one-step solution. It includes core nutrients like chromium, boron, trans-resveratrol, L-taurine, and curcumin. It also includes botanical support, which has green tea leaf extract and Gymnema sylvestra to improve insulin resistance. The secret weapon in the formula is Akkermansia. This specific probiotic strain is the game changer for diabetes mellitus. It strengthens the gut lining, reduces inflammation, and has been shown to significantly reduce carb cravings over time. We used to think weight and blood sugar were just about willpower. But recent research into a specific bacteria, Akkermansia, has changed that. Think of Akkermansia as the guardian of the gut. I have seen people who felt like they were constantly fighting their hunger finally feel at peace. When you fix the gut lining with the probiotic, the constant signaling to your brain for more carbs finally shuts off. You aren't fighting your willpower anymore. You're just fixing your internal ecosystem. Combine Dosage GLP Advantage Plus with Sugar Swift Probiotics by Biotic Quest. Dosage fixes the internal engine, while Sugar Swift acts like a filter in your gas tank, converting dietary sugar into fiber before it even hits your blood. Unlike standard probiotics, the strains in Sugar Swift, specifically their patented bifidobacterium and lactobacillus blends, are designed to convert dietary sucrose and starch into mannitol and indigestible fibers right inside the gut. Since Sugar Swift converts sugar into mannitol, some people might experience mild bloating or rumbling in the first 3 to 5 days. Here's my pro tip for them. When you start a potent probiotic like Sugar Swift, you might feel a little activity in your gut for the first few days. That's actually a good sign. It's a sound of the healthy bacteria winning the war against the sugar-loving strains. Option 2, the Indian Functional Stack. For a localized approach, we combine a high-quality daily formula with a targeted Ayurvedic blend. The product name is Wellbeing Nutrition Diabetes Care. It contains a combination of herbs and nutrients like gymnema, bilberry, banaba, black seed oil, alpha lipoic acid, chromium, cinnamon, and black pepper. All carefully selected and crafted to help regulate glucose metabolism, reducing sugar cravings. However, it also has its own downsides. It lacks the potency, and all the herbs are not in the required amount dosage for the therapeutic effect which I just mentioned. So the solution is pair it up with the booster Biogymnema by Ayush Herbs. This professional grade herbal blend provides concentrated gymnema and other traditional herbs to maximize pancreatic support in a good dosage. To get the most out of these supplements, timing is everything. You want these compounds active in your system when your blood sugar is most vulnerable. So take your berberine, gymnema and bitter melon and all the other bitter herbs 15 to 30 minutes before your largest meal. This dampens the glucose spike before it starts. Rest, nutrients and probiotics can also be taken before, with or even after meals. A critical warning: all of the supplements or supplement stack, especially a formula containing herbs, jamun seeds and all the other bitter herbs which I just mentioned, possesses a significant hypoglycemic, that is blood sugar lowering effect. So if you are currently taking prescription anti-diabetic medication such as insulin, metformin or any other sulfonylureas, adding these supplements can cause a hypoglycemic or a dangerously low blood sugar levels. You should monitor blood glucose closely when you're starting these supplements and consult a healthcare practitioner or get your root cause analysis done by a functional nutritionist, as medication dosages may need to be adjusted or tapered down accordingly. Now, whether you choose the international, which is the best one, or Indian stack, the goal remains the same. Stop managing symptoms and start addressing the beta cell function, which is the root cause of insulin resistance. By combining the right nutrients with the right herbs and probiotic strains, you give your body the tools it needs to reclaim its metabolic health. The blueprint is ready, but the results only come when you execute the architecture. Stop settling for management and start building for restoration. If you're ready to master the science of reversal and want to know exactly which clinical stacks solve the world's most complex dysfunction, hit the subscribe button and join us for the next deep dive. Don't just tweet it, stack it up.